Yo, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome to my TED Talk. I know if you're new here, go ahead and like, subscribe. Y'all read the title, man. I don't want to get too far into all of this shit. Got a slideshow here. Y'all like the last video, so I'm breaking down why dating is cooked in 2025. Let's get right into it. So, we're cooked, man. The first point here that I want to say is inflation of attractiveness, right? A man who would have been considered good looking 20 years ago is now average. Yes, there's social media is the main reason why. There's way too many perceived options for these women. You know, humans' evolution has changed. I know that nowadays men are often taller than men were back then. If you notice, because I think this must be with something with pre-selection or just human evolution, right? Look around, all the older people you see, like the boomers, most of them are shorter, right? It's very rare when you see a taller boomer. It's because of that natural growth in humans, and it's all, we're all primal, right? So we have naturally started to look different, grow different, because we have changed as a society. We all want to attract the opposite sex. So in a result, there's things that you can do now, surgeries. There's different health things you can do that weren't around 20 years ago to make you look a little certain way. There's makeup now. There's, like I said, there's all types of procedures, right? Just to look better. So, yeah, the average person 20 years ago was more accepted. Now, when everybody is all about looks and currency, that shit don't matter no more, bro. If you're average, you probably had way more success back then. Now it's completely different, right? So, yeah, building on this, comparison is global. Women scroll past models, athletes, and influencers every day. And the result, average men look less appealing by default. There's so many athletes in their DMs, influencers, and male models. Yes, y'all. You think the girl, if she 8, 9, or 10, bro, and if she's above the age of 18, she's probably had athletes in her DMs. If she's on Instagram, if she's on TikTok, if she's out on social media, she's definitely had athletes in her DMs, bro. Just know that that's the thing. These athletes, they shoot they shot with these girls, bro. Don't let them fool y'all, right? You see it again, time and time again, on average guys on Instagram talking about this so-and-so football player liked my girl pictures, or this basketball player, Kevin Durant, liked my girl pictures. So yeah, man, it's cooked, bro. When your girl, especially if she follows these guys, she's scrolling past, she's seeing unrealistic standards of how men that she follows looks. So now she starts comparing them to you, and now she wants you to have muscles. And yeah, man, just if you're average, bro, you have way more competition nowadays. So everybody needs to be exceptional. Okay? So that's the inflation of attractiveness. There's way more perceived options in her eyes of guys that she can go after that are her type, because she can do that. Masculinity is confused. Men are lost. On one side, they say, oh, I like a guy who's soft, sensitive, listens, emotionally available, is there for me, supportive, right? And on the other side, it's like, oh, I need a guy who's strong, masculine, can be alpha, can lead, knows how to fix something, can change a tire, just be a man, right? And you can be both, right? You could be sensitive and you could be alpha, but oftentimes, bro, people get stuck in the middle, right? The average guy is stuck in the middle, unsure how to act. And honestly, even if he did both, he still gets rejected. That's the brutal truth here. No advice from women, especially women, men, no dating coach is gonna help if you look average. I don't want to just say it's hard for average men, right? Even for some of the top tier guys, there's still challenges there. But we're talking about average men in this scenario, right? You're stuck in the middle. You don't know what to do. There's women saying, "Oh, we like this," but then they like go for something completely opposite. So, one, never listen to a woman for dating advice, right? They're great to listen to for business advice, whatever, entrepreneurial advice, whatever. If you have female friends, talk to them about life. But as far as dating goes, bro, do not listen to a woman. Because they will say they want one thing and they go for a whole opposite. And we know this, right? So it doesn't matter almost if you're not even her type, if you're average, if you're sensitive, or if you're alpha, because she still will reject you. That's the cold truth, bro. It's crazy. I always say be alpha. Get in the gym, have an alpha appearance, carry yourself in a masculine way, because that only just ups your chances. Y'all ever heard a girl say, "Oh, I was attracted to him, but then he just started talking, and I just got turned off." That's exactly what that is right there. So, if you're average, you'll still get rejected either way. So, it don't really matter. But if you feel like she's feeling you, then that's when you're already by default, you're alpha. And then you open up maybe, then you can show her that open side, that sensitive side, but you don't give it to them right away, right? In the beginning, you want to be mysterious and alpha. Okay, why effort backfires for average guys and just guys in general? Texting too much looks needy. Being nice gets labeled as boring. All right, so I want to put these two can kind of be talked about together, right? Always have things going on so that you're not texting a girl all damn day and night. A girl don't want to be texted all day. She may want to be, and if she is, that's the only thing she wants to do, right? Say she doesn't want to talk on the phone, doesn't want to FaceTime, doesn't want to link, but she's okay with texting you all day. She's probably wasting your time and enjoys your attention. Especially if you're being nice in the messages and you're telling her she's pretty and you're saying good morning, queen, and grand rising and all that dumb stuff that some of y'all guys be saying to these girls. They don't want to hear that shit. They don't care about that. Women like a back and forth, playful flirt. They don't want a guy who's boring and who's nice, right? You could be polite, you could be kind. I'm not saying be an asshole, but what I'm saying is just have shit going for yourself so that you're not needy. You're not being overly nice to her, because honestly, she needs to fit within your life. You should be flipping the dynamic, like, okay, is she like good to fit with my life? Because you should already have shit going for yourself outside of women. So that if you have stuff going outside of yourself, and if you're in a gym especially, you're disciplined, dealing with women, texting them a lot, being overly nice, that stuff is just by default, it's gonna nip in the butt, because you have that discipline, and that discipline is gonna carry over with dealing with women. Okay, so don't be texting these girls all damn day. Get on the phone with them, talk to them on the phone. Like, I always try to get a girl's number, and if I get her number, within the first few messages, I'm discussing, hey, you want to talk on the phone later? I'm free at this time. It's better for them to hear your voice. Think of it like points, right? The 2-pointer, the layup is the text messages. The layups in basketball, right? The layup is the text messages, right? And then the mid range is like, I would say the mid range is more you calling her, right? Not even that. The 3-pointer is you calling her, right? That's worth more points. Talking on the phone so she can hear your voice just means more to her. Okay? You don't need to text her all day. Okay? And then once you get on that phone call, you get on that date with her, you text her, you don't have to be overly nice. You can tease her a bit. You can have that type of playful vibe. You don't have to say, "Oh, you're so beautiful." You can play with her, bro. That's what creates the dynamic, right? So I'm kind of getting off topic, but it all adds in, right? So offering to take her out, compete with the guy flying her out. Again, competition. Athletes, businessmen, influencers in her DMs offering to fly her out and pay for all her expenses, right? You offering to take her to the movies or to go to the park, and she don't really like you like that, you're cooked. I'm just telling y'all right now. There's nothing you can say, or there's no type of guide out there, no pickup artist game to compete with the guy who's flying her out if you ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? So money is a factor. I'm not gonna say it's everything, but if she don't really like you, bro, and you're competing with guys who can fly her out, there's no chance. Okay? The things that used to work now make average men look weak. I won't go into this deeply, but again, like I said, 20 years ago, average men looked better to women because there wasn't an perceived paradox of options from these women, right? So the things that are normal, like texting is a normal thing, bro. Texting women you are like is a normal thing. Being nice and being kind to women should be a normal thing. But things that used to work just don't work anymore. Like texting all day doesn't work. Being nice to girls does not work anymore. I'm not saying, like I said, don't be a dick, don't be an asshole 100% of the time. I'm saying, bro, have a backbone. Literally, nothing works anymore. Switch it up, okay? Choice or options. I won't go into this topic too much because I feel like I've already talked about it a little bit. Women are overwhelmed with the options, so they pick the extreme best, okay? Dating apps, which I'll get into in a minute, so stay for that. Social media, in public, hella attention these women get, especially if they're like conventionally attractive women. Oh man, they get attention every single day they step out. So they get overwhelmed with all this attention, men staring, men offering to take them on dates, men coming on at them really strong. They got to vet certain guys because they know some guys only want one thing. It can be overwhelming for them, right? So that gives them the opportunity to pick who they want because they get all these options, okay? And to be honest, a lot of the options that they get are guys who are 5, 6s, and 7, maybe no 5s and 6s. Once you get to the 7, that's when you're more toward the conventionally attractive, right? The guys that overwhelmed her are the guys that are 4, 5s, and 6s who have a harder time getting women. The guys who she is probably not overwhelmed by are the top 10% of men. Who the top 10% of men are people who the women all chase. Those guys aren't chasing her. They aren't overwhelming her. Some of them might. But 9 times out of 10, the 4, 5s, and 6 guys are the guys who are overwhelming her with attention, trying to take her out, validating her all the time, right? Men, on the other hand, have fewer options, so they have lower standards. We take what we can get. Not even just average men, bro. This goes for the top percentage of men. Sometimes the top guys, even though they have all the physical qualities on paper, maybe they're awkward. Maybe they don't know how to talk to them. And maybe they're not confident. So this doesn't just always go for the average looking guys, right? Typically, men have fewer options. That's just what it is. They say there's like 3 men to every 1 attractive woman, right? There's more attractive women than there is men. There's always stuff like that on the internet about that type of shit. So we have to just take what we can get at this point because it's slim pickings out here. All these women go for the top guys while the guys who aren't in the top percentile are left out and have to deal with the scraps. And the result is just there's an imbalance right now. The women want the same guys, and the guys that want them, they don't want. Dating apps destroyed the middle ground, okay? Women swipe right only on the best of the best, again, because they can. They have hella options, right? I actually got something pulled up here about the statistics that I found, right? So the average woman receives a wide range of likes, but generally gets several dozen per day on apps like Tinder, with some receiving hundreds. And this goes for all the apps, bro. Not just Tinder. Okay. So what y'all got to understand is, right? Okay. You're in competition with so many guys. So the only thing you can do is work on yourself and become the best version you can be. All right. And work on your personality and your game, how you flirt. You know, the average guy, we know the men on here, y'all know how it is. Y'all, some of y'all may not get that many likes, period. Maybe you guys get one like a month. Like, it's rough out here. And it's not entirely your fault. There's even studies showing that there's way more men on dating apps than women nowadays. So it is what it is, guys. Average guys who used to thrive in real life now get buried by algorithms. Yes, those dating app algorithms are no fucking joke. You pay to play on there, and that's what it is. You know, you can be an attractive guy on there, and you pay to play, you'll have success, right? But if you're average, bro, there's no amount of boost or premium apps that you can get memberships that will get you more likes. It will just get you rejected faster. Like, that's literally what it is, bro. It's brutal out here, y'all. If you're not 6 feet, ripped, or making six figures, you're invisible. This might as well be a damn Hinge prompt. Like, this is literally what women want. This is women's standards. They're super high. And this is game for y'all, like, real quick. If you're 6 foot and if you have just these two things, right? This almost making six figures almost becomes less important. This is real game for y'all. I talk about this a lot. If you're over 6 foot and you have a nice body, she may be willing to overlook the fact that you don't make that much money. Say you're making $40K a year, but you're 6 foot too and you have abs. Bro, she's probably gonna make an exception for you. Like, women make exceptions for the top percentage of guys. If you're in this category, if you're over 6 foot as a man and you're ripped, don't worry about if you're not over 6 foot. You can't control that, right? But if you're both of these, bro, you're automatically within the top percentage of men without even having to make six figures. Just think about that. So they're more likely to make exceptions for you if you don't have money and you're tall and ripped. That's just what it is. So dating apps suck. If you're an average guy, get off those shits, bro. Just focus on real life. That's where we gotta live anyways. Them dating apps, that shit's not real. And just because you get a woman on there doesn't mean they're gonna respond. It don't mean they're gonna link up with you. There's still hella hoops you gotta jump through with those types of girls. So is it really worth it? The mental health toll, okay? Constant rejection. Men especially deal with constant rejection. It takes a strong mind to date nowadays, bro. Like, you see these smasher passes, these men go on here looking to try to find a girl, the girl not fucking with her, or they popping a balloon on the guys. You know, this is brutal, bro. Women, if they don't fuck with you, you'll know. You'll know, right? Some guys can't take a hint. They think because a girl smiles at them, they flirting, right? But men are just so starved of attention and recognition. So when they get rejected, bro, it's just like the icing on top, bro. Because it's just, there's so much shit we go through. And it's like, damn, I can't even get a girl. I can't even get a girl to look at me. I can't get a girl to like me. I'm getting rejected. I'm putting myself out there. Nothing's working. And then you got this guy who's 6 foot, who doesn't even need to try. He just shows up and the girls fuck with him. That shit takes a toll on men. And women don't understand that, you know? There's so many goddamn rules and boundaries in society. Oh, don't approach the men. Don't approach us. Don't do this. Take me out on a date. Just for her to still reject you, or for her to still play games, and for her to still entertain four other guys, and each guy offers her something different, you know. So we feel invisible, and there's constant rejection. So we have to be strong in the mind to date in general. It's not easy. Women will chase the top men while you feel left behind. We see it on Instagram. We see it time and time again. Men be hating. You know, y'all look at King 6'8" the Great. People be hating in his comments. They be saying, oh, this is staged. This isn't real. Bro is winning. Bro is living life on easy mode. Those are average guys noticing this, top percent man. This is what it's like for them. For top percentage of men, they get all the women. And while the average guys are invisible, literally, bro, you see King 6'8" the Great, like his videos, bro, his friends sometimes will be standing right next to him. And the girls will walk up to him and they won't even acknowledge his friend, like, because most of the time, most people are not taller than him, right? He's 6'8". So that's how it is with me too. Like, I'm 6'7". Most people I meet aren't taller than me or as tall as me. So, they straight up, the women ignore the short guys, but when they see that tall dude or when they see King, they just go up and talk to him, and they completely, the guys next to him just feel like they're not even there. Like, it's crazy, bro. It's rough out here. Make sure if you dating, bro, keep your mind strong. That's important. Last point, right? The silent epidemic. Lonely men record numbers of there's record numbers of men who are single, not by choice, right? Not by choice, y'all. I have this pulled up here. While a precise number of men single and not by choice isn't available, surveys indicate a significant portion of young men desire a relationship but are not in one. Okay? I don't know how accurate this is. Pew Research Center says 63% of men under 30 are single. 63%. And that was in 2023. I'm guessing now it's more like in the 50s, but still, half the men on Earth, or maybe half the men in the U.S. are single, right? And they don't want to be, but they just are single. That's just the way it is, right? So by the result is men are withdrawing from dating altogether. Men are giving up. They're going their own way. That's why y'all see the next point right here. Still turning to self-improvement content, red pill content, or just quitting, bro. Like, men are going their own way. The MGTOW movement, that was very popular a few years ago. I don't know if it's still a thing now. But many men have given up. There's the black pill content where it's like the reality. The red pill is like more like what you can do to like fix your reality. That's like more like the actions behind it. The black pill is like just the truth, right? So yeah, man, it's rough out here. And if you can be someone who's exceptional, right, you'll have way more options in this horrific dating scene. And even then, sometimes it's really still not even fucking worth it. Like, it's not. But yeah, man, that's it for the video. I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one, and peace out.